school in these areas, launch this thing beautifully, get the youth involved, let them understand what it is that you're doing. You have gone to launch it beautifully at Marriott, and then you come to them and come and tell them what. And this is why the youth will not listen to even the youth in that position. Do you get what I mean? So I think that, again, it's a brilliant idea, but they have to be very careful in their dealings of churning out some of these projects, because we'll come back 4 years later to come and ask them for accountability. Hold them accountable.
Most definitely. Still on that, Sika official says the Red Means Stop campaign is not merely about raising awareness, it's about saving lives. We are launching this campaign to directly combat the red epidemic and the use of other harmful substances. The Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, Honorable George Opare. And
you want to see who is there? No, you too. You know, you ready.
Okay, so that was the Minister of Youth and Development and Empowerment. I beg your pardon, we made a mistake previously. The Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment. First, we had Minister of Youth and Sports. Then we have Minister of Youth and Employment. And it's turned out to be Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment. Okay.
So Jay,
when I'm done, I'll play this.
In all the wisdom of people, right? The people who are sitting in the room, they all use red. In Kofono, use red, no. O feel say Anopawe or Marco share social media, who say campaign be a launch.
No. Well.
Okay. Let's see where this goes. Honestly, I'm just worried. Okay.
Let's move away from Red Means Stop campaign.
Nigerians are in pain.
Why is
in
that
pain
so?
In different forms. They're in pain in politics. They're in pain in football. They're in pain. So there's currently an ongoing brouhaha about one Senator Tasha who has been suspended from the Senate, and it's about her. Apparently, they said misconduct, but she said she is petitioning that her suspension is as a result of going out to speak about one, the head of Senate or the president of the Senate of Nigeria sexually abusing her or being sexually abusive towards her. And when she brought that out, they thought that, you know, suspending her was a brilliant idea, and they are trying to look for ways to cover it. And she's gone different places to, I think she's been to the UN to petition or to, because she's still being, she's been suspended. I think yesterday they sent another petition to tackle that issue, and women are not sleeping at all in Nigeria. They are upset. Then, 2 days ago, yesterday, they lost their game.
Yes.
And they're in pains.
They're in pains.
Premium pains.
Premium pains.
It's so small.
They are in pains, heavy pains.
They are in premium,
heavy pains.
And apparently the economy is not getting any better when it comes to Nigeria. They're still struggling with inflation. They're still struggling with food prices. They're still struggling with very small things. Very recently, I think this 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I saw what you call it, a news item that Davido's father, who has one of the biggest plant when it comes to electricity generation, had added more and has expanded also, so he's able to provide the entire Nigeria with a certain capacity of electricity. I don't know how how far that has gone, but I know that that's some good news that has come to them. Hopefully, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the main canker with Nigeria, of course, if you ask them, they'll tell you about electricity.
I lied to.
What was this? Is it NEPA or something?
NEPA, yeah.
NEPA, okay.
This is Senator Akpabio's. So that's the president of the Senate in Nigeria is Akpabio. He's the one in the middle of this drama. So
yes,
what
but
you
this
see?
is not Akpabio.
No, that's not him.
That's this. I know he is. That's Ben Bruce. He owns Silverbird.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I see.
Because I have met him before.
So Akpabio is a man of good character. Nigeria is proud to have him as the Senate president. Yes.
And that's coming in.
And that's coming. And obviously, like I said, these are the back of the allegations that he sexually harassed Senator Natasha.
But this Nigeria squad was the squad. 1998 squad. Taribo West. I will forever.
What is that on his head?
Yes, that's it. You know, those times footballers used to be iconic with their hairstyles. I don't know, this time it's died down a bit.
It's true.
Yes, those times it used to be a thing.
Yeah, sure.
You get me? Ronaldo brought in a haircut and it was everywhere. Yeah. I mean, the real Ronaldo, not see Ronaldo. The real Ronaldo himself. He brought in a haircut where you shave all and then leave some small part in the middle. It became a thing. Taribo West with this green impese. Then JJ Okocha. Kanu.
Oh, Kanu. I know Kanu.
Come on.
I know Kanu because he's married to my friend Amara. Really? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's in Niger. I'm on Niger. Things are trending over there. District Chief Executive. Shredding. All right, so President is coming in from UTV Ghana. President John Mahama has nominated a new batch of District Chief Executive DCEs for 8 of the country's 16 regions as part of efforts to strengthen local governance and drive development. So 8, 16.
We're making progress.
A lot of appointments happening.
This appointment today,
yeah, say about appointed till he gets his whole government in check. What is happening? Okay, Zimbabwe, definitely. They're the ones who had a 1-1 draw with Nigeria. Yeah. So definitely they
Someone said, it's not Ghana we went to play Zimbabwe. Only Zimbabwe. I'm saying,
this is it coming in from Kesel Addo Forcing. Of course, he is the finance minister. Ladies and gentlemen, investors, Parliament has just passed the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025, which abolishes the betting tax and other levies. I have no doubt that His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama will be more than willing to sign it into law without delay. That is the thing, without delay.
And no power cry, but say it was signed because it shouldn't take that long.
Without delay.
It shouldn't take that long.
Kudo Dynamics says investors.
Hey, you know, Minister of Finance, I say only business because investors are not the car.
Nana Grant says now he knows the term. He knows the term. But even if he's not engaged into that, that's the way to go, because you know the term. You need to use the term.
Yes.
You need to, because if you don't, you want to touch the hearts of people, and you are not going to use their jargons, and you're not going
I think there's a little bit of humor attached to this particular government.
Yeah.
We are very hilarious people. They find a way to add humor to whatever they're doing.
Exactly, and they'll throw you shade in a different way too as well.
Yeah, stress actually.
Yeah.
I say.
Investors are worried. Investors
but from
are worried.
Here, let's go to Okateche's issue.
Okay.
Yes, because you know Akaseche is my very good friend. I'm not going to sit on television and deny him.
So last on this, Prince Ayin says Parliament is moving fast. This is good news.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where is Free Okatechi now?
I'll try the exams in you. No more, yes, sir.
All right. Inti Okatechi Fifa and his body, Mr. Speaker, exposes Ranak, GRA, and more secrets.
Almost.
This is like 7 minutes. You want to play?
Let's see. 7 minutes.
Say you're freezing accounts, you know. After birthday, no. Your account, sorry. Gobi. Na na signal they say kyerɛ me say. Say di no kura ni ade no na edi bi sa hyehyɛ baabi. No. We say ya. Ya de Jessica for baby ni ade. Na ye investigation. Nipa no din de munim deda. Birthday sem ni ade no. But ye busa say Romeo Rachel and the date of birth year, 5th February 1984. Wanya Romeo Rachel Kwaku Seshi. The birthday 5th February 1984. Wanya. Now in the bank account to say now what the year day and the Bank of Ghana send signals by your managers of the bank say birthday man Yen freezing accounts in na state ni be hwehwem you go so yes I more fire where authentic information of demand and can you made it to one upano na yenya more information say wo munim so birthday man no the kwan say ni say na wo fa so nya sika and some moka na state agencies they say you be freezing accounts nyina no ma hwe inflow of cash the eba na de ko nyina no ma hwe why it Wednesday ye beba no obi aba so
ari ko ye di wa imra na onyo nko so ho akiri no na afenpo asem ne ho ankofa sem ma na no memri da de kwasi ada na me ni obi edi nkomo ana me kase ekuro we mu ayete no na settings yen se dan hyehyɛ adwuma ne yenye ni sei ekroma na me catch no straight say branding enkra na nkrofo te na branding no yen package niam ade ni looking nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
please.
My issue is that say settings and a package na ye it's not hard. I am branding. Na unim the way I am branding. And I say here. You be.
Call.
Unto me. Unto me, yeah. I guess I'll make that. This is also a you.
Call.
Hey, this country.
Call.
This country, my same tone, because these two people,
bro,
if they give them invitation,
sir,
to go to the NAC and come back to Tomuntoma, no matter say I can take him for no one bedroom, and they'll come and associate me. There's no pain that is painful than when they are calling people that are relevant into a room and you are not called. You are waiting for what will backfire. The back on the flip side, Jay, the issues that are coming up, GRA has released a statement that they haven't frozen his account.
Yes, but I think FIC.
Yes, I cannot.
Well, Augustine did break the story yesterday. Yeah. That
GRA has not frozen, but there is another institution that is interested in this case. Yeah. And they are looking into it, and so per their procedures, they have to make sure that the accounts are frozen for the system to go through. Nobody has declared him a criminal. Nobody has declared him an individual who is involved into money laundering as being purported. Nobody has said that he has invaded. What do you call it? He has what do you call that thing? Like onto your taxes, Addo. Nobody has said these things. There are none of these allegations that are on social media have been leveled against the gentleman. Let the young 40-year-old man breathe. What did he do? Birthday. What did he do? He didn't invite you.
Obi say he can't pay the day.
And no, I say more. You cannot tell someone how to spend their money.
No, celebrated here.
Now, Sebi, previous and said, your friend Jay.
Yes.
Say, you arrested, what's his name? Richmond, Niamakwe, and how does that help you? How would they take his money and come and add it to yours? Is it a form of curbing some criminal activities in Ghana? Now, directly, how does that affect you? Why are Ghanaians so invested in seeing young people just fall? Why are we so passionate? Like, young stress a guy no, Sasika no, Kunya, and no sano, and no sano. Na a day. And no sano, na a day.
VAR, NEPA, VAR. I say we nonsense. Nonsense. Let's be happy for a successful Ghanaian. Such hypocrites. Wow. He's not playing. He's not playing at all. Yeah. And Pips Ryder says, I find the submission quite confusing. We were here defending Namwan for running a pyramid scheme successfully, or why? If the guy is clean, then there's no problem. But I don't think he's clean. You owe 30 billion cedis in income tax, but blow almost $4 million on a party? Jesus says, you people hear the word exposed, you don't hear anything again. All right. Inti, that's a wrap. That's a wrap for what's
It's a country
trending.
called Ghana.
Ghana is definitely a country.
Called Ghana.
Might as well just get into our
stories for this morning. Interesting things coming up. But in our stories, to begin, President John Dramani Mahama has dismissed claims of animosity between his administration and the judiciary, emphasizing his government's openness to working with the legal fraternity. Speaking on the matter during a meeting with the Ghana Bar Association on Wednesday, March 26, 2025, Mahama addressed perceptions of tension and assuring that his administration values collaboration with the judiciary to strengthen governance. He pointed to the individuals in his administration, including Marietta Brew Apia Opon, as evidence of the government's respect for the judiciary. Now, moving away from that, Parliament on Wednesday, March 26th, passed a bill to abolish the controversial electronic transfer levy. The move to abolish the tax has been widely welcomed by many Ghanaians. The bill will now be sent to President John Dramani Mahama's desk for assent. The e-levy was introduced in 2022 by the previous NPP administration. It was designed to impose a 1.5% tax on electronic transactions such as mobile money transfers, bank transfers, and online payments. Since its introduction, there have been protests and public outcry, with critics arguing that it disproportionately affected low-income earners and unbanked populations. The bill's passage through Parliament marks a significant step towards scrapping the levy, but its future now lies in President John Dramani Mahama's hands. Now, away from that,
that the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025 be now read the third time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, the motion is moved. Any seconder? The Speaker has seconded the motion. Honourable members, motion moved and seconded, and it is for the consideration of the House. Yes, honourable member, under order 64, I ask that they should ring the bell for 10 minutes. Yes. Honourable members, the motion is adopted. Motion number 68. Honourable members, the question is As many as are in favor of the motion number 68, say aye. Those against say no. Members, the ayes have it, the motion is adopted.
An act to amend the Income Tax Act 2015, Act 896, to remove the withholding on winnings from lottery and on purchase of unprocessed gold and to provide for related matters.
Honorable members, the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025 is read a third time and accordingly passed.
Well, away from that now, 40 ex-public sector employees have taken legal action against the government. The aggrieved group is accusing it of wrongfully and politically motivated terminations. The workers hired in 2024 claim their dismissal breached constitutional rights and due process. The firings followed a February 10, 2025 directive from Chief of Staff Julius Deborah instructing public institutions to nullify appointments made December 7th, 2024, the date of Ghana's presidential and parliamentary elections. Represented by Dami and Partners, a law firm associated with ex-Attorney General Godfred Yeboah Dami, the plaintiffs are suing the Attorney General and 6 state agencies, the Ghana Revenue Authority, National Lottery Authority, Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, Ghana Shippers Council, and National Health Insurance Authority. The workers argue that neither the President nor the Chief of Staff has the constitutional power to dismiss public servants outside the conditions specified in Article 191B. They seek a court declaration that their terminations were illegal, the nullification of the Chief of Staff's directive, reinstatement, and compensation for undue hardship. They also demand an injunction against further politically driven civil service purges. Trust us to keep you updated on this particular development. Now, let's still stay on some legal matters as the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, Kobina Ansah, and his wife, Angela Ejay Boateng, have sued the Attorney General, AG, and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, and the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Yoko, over a 200 million Ghana cedis bill for both of them. The couple remains in custody as they contest what their defense team calls unjustifiably harsh bail conditions set by prosecutors. Samuel Atta Echia Esquire, lead lawyer of the two, argues that the 120 million Ghana cedis bill demand for Edu Boahene and 80 million Ghana cedis for his wife are not only excessive but also appear designed to circumvent constitutional detention limits. According to the lawyers, their clients' rights are being infringed upon. Last week, Yoko arrested the former Director General at the Kotoka International Airport upon his arrival from London on a British Airways flight. The wife was also arrested when she visited Yoko to check on the husband. He's accused of embezzlement of state funds. Wow, interesting.
But when you look at the figures that are involved, especially in this family's case, don't you think they are a bit outrageous?
For the bill?
Yes.
Someone would say, if the person is withdrawing 7 million and you are being billed for this, say a cuckoo. Like, it's easy money. I mean, yeah.
Secondly,
if only he is found guilty of that,
yeah,
you get it. I mean, come on, it's easy money.
Interesting. Also, the issue the conversation regarding the e-levy, again, like we said, it's all now back in the hands.
The eyes have it. The eyes have it.
The
nose, we had some nose, but it was.
Oh, no. There was no no.
There was no no.
There was no no.
Hey, we are sure.
And now with your there was no no, because we all agree that both parties think that it's time to scrap e-levy.
Yeah.
And so they have even added it to their campaign. They are in support of scrapping e-levy. I think their only concern is that what then happens with generating income for the country. Where are you going to collect money from? Don't come and throw dust in Ghanaians' eyes like, oh, we scrapped e-levy. You know, generate income in a way that they don't find debt on you.
They're speaking about the road tolls.
Yes, I mean, we don't even know if, see, the road tolls does generate some amount of money, but it cannot take care of the entire country. So there are more things that e-levy was supposed to have done. The more development that e-levy was supposed to have done. So if you're scrapping that, what then are you replacing that, income generation from? Now, one of the issues on social media, I even particularly shared it, because I think that even though we are out here crying that women should be included, there's this particular woman that is trying to show some level of smartness.
Oh, wait. I think I saw it on Facebook.
You saw it on my Facebook?
Yeah. 100, and she says 126. 126.
Where? Location.
I think we should dive into that. I mean, we are the ones.
I'm taking it as my project. I'm going to look for it.
So go look for it. Go look for it and bring us feedback on a feedback Friday. Because
the Greater Accra Regional Minister cannot come and toy with us. Accra ya bro, ya bre. Ye busia foni adam fo e moto we no so no, ya bre.
Yeah.
Areas that need street lights. In fact, by the way, one of the things that I found very, very interesting was that she actually identified an issue. Like she did. Where are the street lights? Location. The road to her house is still very dark. The road to her house.
Oh, you've done that investigation already?
Because I live on the same route with her.
Interesting.
It's still very dark.
I see.
So, and you see, this is why people like me, who are through and through in support of women's inclusion in governance, is saying that let the woman merit that position. Because we don't want to come and sit here and then when we are now speaking about their productivity, you don't look bad. Because and we say, oh, but she's a woman like you, women supporting women. You are bringing a woman down. Me.
This is not about bringing a woman down.
My country is more important to me than a politician who thinks that she can use the plight of a Ghanaian to swindle us into believing that she's doing something. Let's see where the lights are. At least road and anke ko fie di anka fegu oni anka say this is you're being selfish, you're doing it for yourself.
Not to cut you, but this is one thing that I think the previous administration did quite well. Which is documenting it. Even if it's not yet done or whatever it is done or it's being done, you would realize that a drone will start moving around and will have a video towards it.
Do you know you're a spiritual man?
And it will come out.
Do you know you're a spiritual man?
Oh,
because my next part of this conversation was that she's one person, one of the few in opposition that documented every single thing she did in her constituency.
Okay.
Even has a book, which is lying in my car, documenting everything she had done for her constituents.
Okay.
So which means that it's not that she's oblivious or she's ignorant.
No, she does.
She knows.
She does know.
And by now, videos they fly on the social media.
So all this, you don't need to. You see, you don't need to talk much. We are seeing it visibly. The lights, this is being done, this is being done, this is being done. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Since you've already informed me that this is what she's done before, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the editors are taking time. And then
my raw footage.
Oh, Debbie, I want raw footage, sometimes, we have to spice it up and make it look nice so that it comes out.
Jay, somebody should tell this woman that Greater Accra is a big place. And we know is a daunting task on her. But constantly engaging the media and lying about what you have done or being untruthfully sending across signals and messages that might not be true. It's not what she wants to mar her leadership with. If she says that she's done it, okay, she's not lying. But where is it? At least one of the things that people have fought for. I don't know how these politicians think go. Because you were in opposition when we were fighting you, and I know for a fact, she plies the Tema motorway like because she has some business in Tema community.
Hey,
11.
Info, you will come to you for info because it looks like you have.
She has something she's been doing. Community 11.
Honorable, you have a lot of information.
So moving on the motorway is something she does regularly. Ma, one of the things that we have fought for is a street light motorway. The excuse will be that, oh, that's not a construction or it's a movie construction now.
You are also a spiritual woman. Because I was listening to news and she did say that.
A construction or you know, or movie or the better.
No, the better.
It's a better also. But ma, where are the street lights?
Okay.
Well, it's time for sports. We're going to be getting into some sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome back to this is the AM Club right 24. My name stays Kojo Dasabre. Let's get into some sports, and I've got good news for you since we're just waiting and patiently waiting for the president to just, sign in, and we know that worried anymore. Well, early partial and auto cash out looking for more control over your bets. Cash out allows you to take an early payout on your bets before they are settled, meaning you're able to get your money back before the event is over, all right, or your profit is ultimately resulted. You definitely either make a profit or get a portion of your initial, depending on how your selection is going. Yes, at the time of you taking up the cash out. So, you know what to do. Start cashing out now. On to our first story. Ghana captain Jordan Ayew expressed gratitude to football fans for their unwavering support in the recent FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Chad and Madagascar. The Leicester City forward who scored against Chad and provided a hat-trick of assists believes the players will do everything to qualify Ghana to another World Cup after a disastrous Africa Cup of Nations campaign in 2024. Well, away from that, our neighboring country, Cote d'Ivoire, has officially withdrawn from hosting the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations just weeks before the tournament's start. The Ivorian government announced the decision yesterday, leaving the Confederation of African Football, CAF, scrambling to find an alternative host. The competition was scheduled to take place between April 26 to May 18, 2025 in the West African nation. The unexpected move is expected to cause frustration within African football's governing body, which now faces a race against time to relocate the tournament. The shock decision reportedly made by the Ivorian government was confirmed by the country's football federation, that is FIF. Now, FIF President Yassine Idriss Diallo stated that the government had notified the Ivorian Football Federation via an official letter of Ivory Coast withdrawal as the host country for the Under-20 AFCON. Quite some sad news right there. I was looking forward to go back to my country again. But where they almost say Omuntimin yet, they cannot do it. Looking forward to see on the back of the story which country would immediately decide to come into the aid of CAF for the Under-20 AFCON. Let's do some basketball now. LeBron James had a buzzer-beating tip-in to cap a 10-point fourth quarter as Luka Doncic scored 34 points and the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Indiana Pacers 120-119. Earlier this dawn, James extended his NBA record streak of 10 or more points to 1,283 games. He was 0 for 6 with 3 points through the first 3 quarters. He finished with 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. Doncic also had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and made 6 3-pointers. Austin Reeves added 24 points as the Lakers snapped a 3-game losing streak to move into a tie with Memphis for the 4th seed in the Western Conference. Just a point in just some seconds right there, beating the team. Well, LeBron James doing what he does best right there. That wraps it up for sports updates right here on the show. But hey, early partial and auto cash out. Looking for more control over your bets? Cash out allows you to take an early payout on your bets before they're settled, meaning you're able to get your money back before the event is over and your bet is ultimately resulted. You either make a profit or get a portion of your bet back depending on how your selection is doing at the time of you taking up the cash out. Visit the MX24 app to catch up on all the fun and excitement of the AM Club shows featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you cannot afford to miss.
News stories, sports, and business insight on mx24online.com. It's time for entertainment and showbiz. And Ajwa Frimpoma, I was going to say Daphne Flashley. Ajwa Frimpoma is going to be joining us with that in the shortest possible time. But today, it's a special.
Yes, it's
Today's
definitely
a special. I'm so excited to have her come through. We'll be right back after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
front of your screens today again. My name is Addo Frimpama, and as usual, anytime you see me, you know that we're about to have something good and amazing in entertainment. You're about to be informed, and I'm excited for you today because you're about to watch me do my thing and also have a beautiful discussion on World Theatre Day. So get your popcorns, get your coffee, especially your cowbell coffee, get it ready because it's going to be such a ride. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love your haircut.
Oh, you do? You saw it?
I saw it.
Wow. I thought I was invisible with it because some people have not spoken about it. So thank you, baby.
That's
I just felt like, let's just go a bit lower. It doesn't hurt nobody.
Definitely.
Hey,
good morning, Jacob Jodasebre.
Good morning.
Nananye.
Yes,
Miami. Obrimpong.
Medase.
Yeah, that's okay.
Medase.
How you doing?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. By God's grace, I'm successful, I'm rich, I'm oozing femininity. I'm all of it and more.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sister Tobo, now I'm fat.
That is the goal. That is the goal. Put my hand in your eyes.
Well, so today is World Theatre Day.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Kojo Dasebre, have you've gone to the theatre to see some stage plays, right?
Oh yeah.
What would you say has been your favorite stage play yet? Because I still remember mine.
Oh, you do?
Favorite stage play? Maybe In the Chest of a Woman.
Why did you steal mine?
yeah, maybe that because
right.
I think I'd read about the story. I just wanted to have a feel of it, and but I think my all-time would be I don't know, but The Gods Are Not to Be Blamed. That was done when I was in school. That was junior high school. So I mean, the way they came and displayed. And the way they were able to.
But the Gods Are Not to Blame is a rich story.
Yeah, it's a very rich story.
If you're doing it, you got
and
to do
funny
it.
enough, it's happened where my school is located as we speak. That school came to me. Yes, so I was very, very excited about it to see, and the way they went about the play, they infused their own thing in there. They decided to have some slow motion in there and all that. Imagine you're there, you're doing slow motion, then they say rewind, and they rewind back, and then start again. I'm like, wow, this is wow.
Wow, actually, the first when I saw In the Chest of a Woman, that was in SHS. That is when I said I wanted to act. That's when my acting skills and everything. And believe you me, let's be for real. If you watch a movie and watch a stage play, you're likely to remember the stage play more than remembering the movie because it's in your eyes and everything. I was taught how to rewind and slow dance and slow wine and all of that. I mean, it was such an amazing one, and I still do remember some of the stage plays that I've acted, but obviously I had to run away small. Don't worry, we'll come back. Definitely. Miriam, what about you?
I don't think I can remember one. Also, particularly because I just recently started following. But I think anything from April Communications, anything from Image Bureau, anything from Uncle Ebo White, I would be excited to watch. I've recently watched, again, a collaboration between April Communications and Image Bureau. Watched a couple of their stage plays, and I might not remember the names because there are a lot, but I have enjoyed every time in the theater just watching stage play. And I thought it was becoming my thing. Could you believe that on Valentine's Day, I went for, what was the event? There was an event, I'm not sure it's Emoji. It was one of those Christian events in Tema. I think it was Emoji. Right after that event, I went to watch a stage play. And it was like probably one of my best Valentines ever. So stage play, clearly, like you rightly said, it will stick with you longer than maybe a movie would. I'm still warming towards it, still ready to explore, and now maybe remember the names of the shows.
Definitely. But today being World Theatre Day, right here in MX24, we want to remember Mauli Seme. It was such a great loss, and he was very, very good in the theater. In fact, we used to know him doing all these things before moving into the movies. And so we have a couple of videos that we want you guys to watch. When we come back, we discuss more about Maudi Senefo. Let's take a look.
Afawe woyani woba chokwakatwa moko moko tekwakatwa moko moko afawe woyani woba obiaba yiwako sobremie yanume usiyonkwa notawe nwe obiaba yiwa bo obiaba yiwa bobo obiaba yiwa Anamara, Aniwula. In this kingdom, culture, history, beauty, and grace are treasures to behold. 16 remarkable princesses of 10 corners of the world, from the north to the south, and from the east to the west. From 16, they now stand at the junction of 6. Each one a symbol of a people's pride. These princesses carved their own paths, filled with strength, determination, and vision, all for the chance to wear a crown. Tonight, their stories converge, like rivers flowing into a mighty ocean of heritage. Their audience poised and pressed for more. This is no ordinary contest, but a celebration of the daughters of a great land. They have chosen the path of tradition to define their destiny, and only one will reign supreme. As the 6 princesses stand at the final crossroads.
Well, wow.
So Jay and I were talking about it the other day, that we fortunately had the experience. So a year about this time, we were seated here with him.
Same time.
Yes, same day, same time, same dates. We were seated here with him, discussing World Theatre Day. Told us about his experience. That's where we got up close and personal with him. Got to find out some very devastating situations that he was already going through, and I got super worried right after the interview. Honestly, I've never stopped checking on him and checking on him through people that I knew that were close to him, because he said that he was living alone at his age and was not married, had one child, and the child wasn't even living with him. She's older and moved on. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I would do at that age. So you can totally understand why he's back on the stage every time, because that's where he found love. Yeah. It's sad that we lost him the way we did. And that's also a way to also try to tell us that let's celebrate our heroes whilst they live. Because I remember one of the reasons why George Quay, according to him, one of the reasons why he brought the stage play back was the fact that he was made through that. And the heroes that make stage play what it is are unsung heroes. They're just at the back there, not being recognized for the hard work they put in, the sacrifices they make. Some of them have to put in their own hard-earned money into theater works. They are not even, being booked for even productions that they are fit for. Because, there was a time that we're saying that, listen, where are the old men in the Ghana movie industry that we are painting young men to become old men. When in other jurisdictions it's not the case. When you go to Nigeria, they use old man to play old man role. They don't use young man to play old man role, and we advocated for that for a very long time. What am I trying to say? We have the time to celebrate the ones that live, and unfortunately we've lost Mauli, but his hard work lives on, and we love him so much.
Definitely, it lives on. Okay, so on World Theatre Day, we're going to have a discussion with a playwright, and I'm sure you know him. He's been doing amazingly well with so many movies that he has directed and written. We have the Kobina Ansah right here with us in the studios. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
We're very well, thank you. How are you doing, Mr. Kobina?
Fine.
I'm glad. We are so excited to have you in the studios today, especially today being World Theatre Day. I'm excited to have a conversation with you about theatre and actually you being a playwright in Ghana, how it's been like for you so far. So first of all, I would like to ask you, how important is it for everyone to look at World Theatre Day?
World Theatre Day, and as it is, doing a spotlight on theatre all across the world. And I think this is very important because especially right here in Ghana, where theatre is now picking up and people are warming up to the theatres. I think this celebration is very important because it puts a spotlight on us. It makes people know what we are doing, what's happening in theatres, how they can support and all that. And so I think it's very important. Yeah, very important.
Yeah. So let's bring it down here locally. For you, how has it been like so far in your years in the theatre industry? How has it been like for you being a playwright, a director, and building a career in the theatre in Ghana?
Well, it's not been easy.
Okay.
This year, celebration has 10th anniversary, and looking back over the 10 years, it's not been an easy journey because there are so many roadblocks along the journey. There has been a lot of roadblocks along the journey, but as long as we have decided to do this, there's no turning back. And I think that basically many people are yet to really understand what theatre really means. Because, for example, one I've encountered oftentimes over these 10 years is that many people think that every play should be a comedy. But that is not it. There are so many genres of theatre, of drama that we can explore. And there's tragedy, there's historical drama like My Brother, His Mom and Dad, and a whole lot. So I think that people are getting to understand that, okay, so a play could be tragic. It cannot be fun. It cannot be a comedy. A play can be like this. A play can be like that. So I think that alone is good progress because as long as people get to appreciate the different story that can be told on stage, then it opens the pathway for a lot more people to come to the theater to see our shows happening there. For example, our last play we did last year was The Pants of a Woman.
Okay.
That was on rape. And who could ever imagine we could tell a story about rape on stage? But yeah, we did it. And that tells you the diversity of theater. We can tell every story on stage as long as it's a sellable and sellable story. So I think that as people are getting to understand or to appreciate the diversity of theater, I think, it helps all of us and it helps the business as well because we will not be telling one-way stories. We can diversify the story that we tell. And I think these are some of the trends you have seen over the years. But it's gotten better, like I said.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was personally there in The Pants of a Woman, so congratulations. That was an amazing play. But what are some challenges that you faced so far? 10 years in the theatre industry. What are some challenges that you faced and you are still facing in the theatre industry in Ghana?
Well, the first challenge is the financial.
Okay.
And I think that cuts across every creative industry, because it's always difficult to get sponsors to buy in on whatever you are selling. Well, probably because they are looking at immediate returns on their investment. But you see, theater is in such a way that the returns may not come immediately. It may be in the long term. And that's what our sponsors out there should know. That probably if you give us 100,000 to run a show or 200,000, it doesn't mean that you're going to get that money back. But that money can come back to you in different ways. Because, for example, you could have a patron coming to the theater to see or to be exposed to your brand. And then later on, they will see that brand somewhere else, and then they may engage it because they saw it in the theater. So there are so many ways that our sponsors or potential investors out there can tap into the booming business of theater. And I think that is the way to go with our financial head-out. Because, trust me, it's very expensive to put together a theater for that. Very expensive. And that is why probably you don't see a lot of productions happening. Because ideally, we should be running about 5 or 6 productions every year and running across the entire nation from one region to the other. But it's expensive. Because if I tell you that, for example, putting together a show at National Theatre for a day can cost you about 200 or 300,000 cities. I don't know if you believe it, but that is it. And that is even because there are so many things you may not be paying for, and people may be paying for you pro bono. If we are paying for every single item on the budget, it would have been even more than that. So just imagine how can a single person take care of 200 or 300,000 cities for production and then run it again and again. That is very difficult. And talk less of even taking it to other parts of the country. Because if you notice, most of the productions happen right here in Accra. What about Kumasi? What about Safari? What about Sinani, Tamale, and all of these places? We need to take our productions there so that people out there can also enjoy it. But because of the financial head-out, trust me, you can't do it. You do it once, you do it a play once year, twice, and you are done. Because you run out of cash.
Yeah. Now, we know that all these things falls under the entertainment industry. So with the theater fraternity, how does it help contribute to the economic growth of the country?
It helps in so many ways.
Okay.
You know that, for example, theater could be a reason why people will fly from all across the world to come to Ghana to see a play. And that alone is foreign exchange, because people travel to see good production. And if we're able to grow our industry so well, it would help so many people to come to our country just to come and see a play. And after getting themselves involved in so many other things. So that's even just one of it. Another way that the industry helps is that you know that for every production we do, we get to employ so many people along the value chain. Because, for example, someone is designing a flight. For example, you're engaging the media. For example, you are you have a team you're working with, cast, crew, so many people. For every production, we don't work with less than 100 people.
Wow.
Yeah. And so you are paying all of these people, and that is job creation. So we need to really help this industry to grow, because eventually it will come back to help all of us.
Right. JKD, any questions?
What I want to find out is, moving forward, what would you think would be the best way to be able to amplify our theater space and make it something really, really, grand in one way or the other? Are there specifics that you feel like, if we do A, B, C, it would put it on a bigger pedestal?
Well, I think one of the ways we would amplify whatever we are doing is the media support. That's the first way to go, because sometimes the budget we receive from the media houses to be able to advertise our shows, sometimes there is it's a business, but sometimes it's something we cannot afford, because how much are you going to sell tickets to even pay for an ad on TV or radio? That is very expensive. So sometimes I think the way to go is that the media houses should know that this is a virgin industry. This is an industry that is yet to be tapped into, at least the full potential of it. So the way to go is that there needs to be a lot of subsidy for us in this industry, so that we can tell our stories for people to come in there to see it. Because trust me, if you're able to fill the National Theatre, you don't even break even. Even if you're able to fill up the place, because there are so many things they're paying for. And oftentimes people don't even get to hear about other productions happening, because they don't have the funds to amplify it like we are talking about. They don't have the funds to go on radio, on TV, and all of that, talk about it, because the rates are crazy. And we can't pay for it. So I think to begin with, it's not about the media support. The media should be able to come in, support us, because when we're able to amplify what we are doing and we bring in a lot of investors, then we can.
Okay. All right. You have any question?
Any question?
Oh, I want us to touch on the taxes bit. I know very recently some taxes have been imposed on your ticketing. So are we seeing any form of changes happening soon, especially with the new government? Are we advocating for that? Are we pushing for those taxes to be scrapped? Or are those taxes included in all the taxes that have been scrapped off? Do we still have you on the line, please?
Yes, I'm here. I'm back.
Okay, so I was talking taxes. I know some taxes have been imposed on your tickets. That you know, yes, and we also know that currently there's some taxes that are being scrapped off. Are yours included, or you're not advocating for that?
So talking about taxes, that is also another way to amplify what we are doing, because you can't imagine that at tradition we are being taxed about 20% of the tickets, and sometimes even on complimentary tickets. So you can imagine, like, how much are you making out of whatever you're doing, and at the end of the day, you come back and pay about 10% of whatever the letter you made back to government. So it almost makes this business unattractive to investors. So I think that thank God that we are scrapping many taxes. I think this tax is one of them, that one of the usual taxes that should be scrapped, because at the end of the day, you end up working for someone else.
But does this fall under the responsibility of the National Tourism Authority, and how are they treating it if you have laid this before them?
Well, I don't know the complications that have happened in the background, but as far as I know, nothing has been done about it. Many people don't even talk about it. Yeah, and I don't know why, because probably some people are able to find their way around it, but if these are always on your neck at your show, then you understand how easy it is, because you end up paying, I think, about 21% of whatever sales you make. Sometimes, like I even said, even on complimentary tickets that people have not done. And so, I think this is a condition that we always should have. To be able to make whatever we are doing and we are just profitable.
Well, Mr. Ansah, I know you are working on something. Something is coming up, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. What's coming up? Give us a little teaser, because we want to know.
So on Easter Friday and Easter Saturday, that's April 18th and 19th, we are having the Saints in the Devil Shoes at National Theatre.
Okay.
And it's a one-cast play.
Okay.
So it's just one cast on stage for 2 hours.
Okay.
And
one cast play.
This show is talking about the rippling effects of corruption in our country.
Okay.
Because oftentimes I want to talk about social issues through my play. So I was talking about a lot of social issues across the country through all of our plays. And this kind of one, the things that we should is talking about how corruption affects everybody eventually. And how we don't need to perceive corruption only from the politician angle. Everyone can be corrupt. You don't need to be a politician to be corrupt. And oftentimes, we limit corruption to the politician. So we are never able to solve it. But you should remember that people become corrupt. People are corrupt before they become politicians. Being a politician only amplifies whatever they are doing. So that's what the things the Devil Shoes is about. And it's an original musical. So one person on stage for about 2 hours. And it's an original musical. And I've written about 11 songs for the play.
Wow.
And something that everyone out there should come and enjoy.
Okay, definitely. We'll definitely come and enjoy. Jackie, Mimi, I know you guys will definitely come and enjoy. One cast play. I'm definitely ready to see how it's going to be like. 2 hours, one cast play. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Kobina Ansah. It's been an insightful conversation on World Theatre Day. Have an amazing day.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh, that was an insightful conversation. There's so many things that I've learned today. Have you?
I'm just wondering why this, and like he rightly said, I don't know why people are not talking about that particular nuisance tax.
Nuisance tax.
Yes, it is. I find it's a bit heavy in my mouth to call taxes that, because again, if you've been in different countries, you've seen how taxes have helped developed countries. So when I'm saying that, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on this platform, I struggle to call the taxes nuisance, because again, it's relative to who is talking. If it's going to help, then it probably isn't a nuisance tax at all. But because of what these taxes are doing to these productions, because I know very well that when this was done a couple of years ago, but they spoke briefly about it and left it alone. Even to a point where people actually thought that once they spoke against it, it was removed. Or these taxes have been removed from their tickets. But every comedy show you go to, every theater show or whatever it is you guys call it, go to, they pay heavy taxes. On your tickets that you're buying. Mom pay for tickets, check me tickets no. Mom way aside no. More bo enkofonika.
We are sorry, we change.
Yes. My friends know me. I never collect tickets to go for events. I always buy my tickets. Yeah. So I think this is also a way that they can help them grow. So removing these taxes off these tickets will help them grow.
Definitely.
And then, channeling the generating income from these people elsewhere. Because tickets now in
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you today on Entertainment News segment. My name is Addo from Poma. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much, Addo from Poma, for coming through. In today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Our health plans are meticulously and individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. Please feel free to reach out to us on 05015155124 or 0539135073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. At Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you.
Well, are you looking for the best value data and voice offers that are tailored to your unique needs? At Telecel, we understand everyone has their own preference. That's why we have the unbeatable Made-for-Me bundles made just for you. The Made-for-Me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you. Simply dial *530# or download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to your special Made-for-Me bundle. Telecel, connecting energies. Well, that's about it. And of course,
yes, get ready. The Mall 24 Workers' Day Fair is here. Now, on May 1st, 2025, join us at Event Center, Avenue, East Legon, for an unforgettable day of shopping and entertainment. Of course, networking as well. Whether you are a vendor looking to showcase your products or an attendee ready to shop and enjoy live performances, we've got you covered, everyone. Exclusive discounts, amazing deals, and a chance to promote your business on MX24's platforms. Vendors, this is your opportunity to reach thousands of customers and elevate your brand. And of course, attendees, enjoy great discounts, live music, and more. Don't miss out. Register now via WhatsApp on 05922927746. I take that again, 0592292746 to secure your booth today. Okay, the Mall 24 Workers' Day Fair, your ultimate shopping experience. Great deals, fun, and entertainment. See you there, because we're excited to be there on the 1st of May.
So, please come in your numbers. The portal is open. Someone will say it's open, so register now. All right. That's about it for Coffee Dailies, brought to you kind courtesy Carbo Coffee. Carbo Coffee says they're with you every moment. Up next, let's get into Lifestyle Daily right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
This song goes.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles, you were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
From 2012, we have gathered for new wine. 13 years later, Levites gather. It's time to be refreshed, renewed, and poured out. Ladies and gentlemen, MOG Music presents New Wine 2025. Theme, Back to the Basics. Venue, First Love Center. Encounter true power with ministrations from Joe Metal, Kwame Jedu, Reverend Barry Nikwe, Pastor Isaiah, and Obapa Christie. Date, 30th March. Time 5 p.m. Rates single 100 Ghana cedis, VIP 200 Ghana cedis, family of 5 450 Ghana cedis. Sponsors Omni Basic Bank, Secure Sanitary Pad, eTransact, Knowledge Tree International, Tank Palace Hotel, and Oasis Studios. Media partners, your ticket awaits you. Get it now. Dial *389 *777 # or visit Airport Shell, Community 11 Shell, Bachana Total, Royal House, and First Love Center. Let the Levites arise in this generation. We're going back to the basics. Ready?
The legend.
KNIILANTE. It's a decision. That love me. Amazing.
On the show, I am John Jermaine.
Drama, betrayal, faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? Every broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yabita, and I am your host. Cheers.
Got the energy because of club here.
What's in it?
Gentlemen, to the very best right here on the AM Club. Yes, you tuned in, you made the right choice. Thank you so much for giving us your eyeballs right here on the show. Now, before we get into Lifestyle Daily Conversation for today, at Equity Health Insurance, the well-being of our members takes precedence. We recognize the unique healthcare needs of individuals and families, which is why we are delighted to present our Ebusua Health Plan. This health plan is crafted to promote the enduring health and happiness of you and your loved ones. Our plans are meticulously tailored to offer comprehensive and competitive health insurance coverage for individuals, families, and smaller groups. Access to quality care is just a phone call away, offering continual assurance of your family's welfare. Contact us on 0546 645 465 or 0503 860381. Hashtag here for you. Now, with Jibu Water, staying refreshed has never been easier. Jibu Water provides clean, healthy water you can trust as your go-to source for drinking and cooking, with options of our innovative 20-liter bottles that come with a tap and 18.9-liter bottles. Your dispensers will have a breath of new life as our clean and hygienic Jibu water flows through them for your consumption. Whether you need a cool drink to quench your thirst or fresh cooking water to make your meal taste its best, Jibu water is the answer to your clean water needs. Order for your clean water now by calling us on 020-984-5817, 0209-845-817, or visit our website at www.jibuco.com/GH for more information about our brand. Jibu Water, a better life. Today, our big conversation is centered on World Tuberculosis Day. Is observed annually on March 24th to raise awareness about tuberculosis. The theme for World TB Day often focuses on global efforts to combat TB, highlighting the importance of early diagnosis, adherence to treatment, and increasing access to care. In addition, the day aims to highlight the challenges of drug-resistant TB, the need for improved diagnostics and treatments, and the importance of addressing social determinants of health that contribute to TB's spread. Joining us for our conversation, yes, he happens to be our in-house doctor, whether you like it or not. Dr. Micheal Biney is here with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
You see, and wash that. Oh my matchings, no, my red, no, the red. Yay! Docky, the shadow like this, dear, if you understand, say, Charlie, be. Anyways, I think we've had this conversation before with you, to be specific, with TB. So, quickly, for somebody who's watching for the first time today, and I said tuberculosis, but doesn't even know what it is. In a brief summary, what can we say about TB, tuberculosis?
So tuberculosis is a multi-systemic, multi-organ type of a disease, but it's normally related to lungs. So anytime we hear tuberculosis, we often have a similitude and we think that it's lungs. We just automatically think it's lungs, but it's not just lungs. You see, I give out some terminologies. I give out multi-systemic, multi-organ disease. What I mean by that is we have 11 organ systems in our body. These 11 organ systems can be affected by TB. Okay. Then I also said multi-organs. Okay. We have many organs in our body. Okay. And TB can also affect all these organs I'm talking about. So the organs make up the organ system, as I've talked about. So if I say it is multi-systemic, I mean it affects many organ systems in our body, which I told you, or I enumerated them as 11, that they are 11. So TB can affect all these organ systems I'm talking about, but the most common one is related to the organ system called the respiratory system, of which the lungs is located or is part of that particular organ system. So we often think that when we hear tuberculosis, we relate it to the respiratory system, but all the other 10, including the respiratory system, can have signs or can be affected by TB, but the most common, about 90% of the cases, are related to
the respiratory side.
System.
Interesting. If you should see someone cough vigorously in whatever space they find themselves, whether it's at the hospital or in church or in church or whatever have you, should you be concerned that this person might have TB?
You shouldn't, or I mean, I'll answer it in the negative and the positive. Coughing is an immune response. You should cough, because when we cough, the main idea of cough or the cough reflex is to make sure, or the body feels that there is an irritant trying to enter into your lungs. So you cough to make out or to bring out a burst of air, so that particular foreign body that is trying to lodge into your tract, your respiratory tract, will be expelled. So that's the whole idea about cough. Okay. So you can have cough related to TB and can also have cough not related to TB. So the fact that you are coughing doesn't mean that you have a TB. But what is significant about the cough that's related to TB? The cough that is related to TB has other adjoining symptoms together with it. It doesn't come alone. Okay. So you can have a cough that is more than 6 months, continuously for 6 months. And it's associated with weight loss, night sweats. That is classic for TB. So you can have someone who intermittently has cough. Some people have allergies. For instance, yesterday I was having a young, and pollen. So such an one, if he's in an environment where he's exposed to pollen and dust, you know that the child is going to have that coughing for more than 6 months. But that child is not going to come up with weight loss together with the cough. So it's not just the cough, but what comes together with the cough, which I call, or which I would name, the adjoining symptoms. Okay. But there's a trend that is going on. The trend is that the cough, some people don't even have a cough, but they have a TB.
Wow.
They don't have a cough, or the cough is not as it's not like the bout we normally know.
Yeah.
A TB to be, where the person will be coughing all over the place. The cough that is related to TB is the respiratory part. So just ask yourself, what about the skeletal system, which can be affected by TB? You would probably not be coughing, but you have a TB. So the reason why we often say cough, night sweats, and all those things, we try to bring all these symptoms together with, I want to associate it with TB, is because 90% of TB cases are respiratory. What about the other one, the 10%, which are not respiratory? That means that you should not have a cough. Or even if you don't have a cough, it doesn't mean that you don't have a TB. So one of the, in Ghana, one of the main ways by which you can also get a TB is through what we'll call the abdominal TB, where you take milk that is unpasteurized. You don't heat it so well. You know the milk that comes from the cow, or the milk that comes from any ruminant at all. When that particular animal has tuberculosis, you know tuberculosis is a zoonotic disease. When I say it's a zoonotic disease, it's a disease that can affect human beings and animals at the same time, and they can transmit it to each other. That's a zoonotic disease. So that zoonotic disease can be transferred to the secretions, any body secretions at all, saliva,